Now they're talking about Biafra, and you're angry. You are angry. Why would you be angry when they're talking about Biafra? We have a present leadership that has brought so much division into the country. So much division. Nigeria has never been so divided that everything today being done in leadership has a particular sect and a particular tribe. Others have been seen as minority. We have a leadership in power. We are supposed to be together. We are supposed to be together. When somebody wants to join the army, they ask for his name. If it's not from a certain extraction, he's not favored. When somebody wants to be promoted in the office, they need you to bear a particular kind of name. And this tribal thing now runs through everybody. It used to be called one Nigeria, but not anymore. Even we who are the citizens, we still practice tribalism. When you see somebody, you say, are you a Nigerian? Say yes. The next thing they ask, where are you from? Why? A Nigerian is a Nigerian. When you see an American, they don't ask an American, where are you from? No. Once you're an American, you're an American. But in Nigeria, you're a Nigerian, say yes, where are you from? And we have stories for every geographical location. Every tribe, we have a story for them. When you say, oh, I'm from the West. No, those people, they don't seem straightforward. I'm from the East. It's so expensive to marry from there. I'm from the North. This is going on. We have a story for every extraction. There's disunity. And that's the truth. If you are not out to promote unity in Nigeria, you have to relocate. You will relocate. Whether you are a president, you are a governor, and you are not promoting unity, you will relocate. We are not leaving the country for you. I'm from Edo State, and I'm proudly so. God put me here. God put me here. God made no mistake in putting me from this place, making me come from this place. God made no mistake in making the person who came from the comes from the east or the west or the south or the north. But certain extraction. Look at the Igbos, for example. The richest set of people in the country are the Igbos. The oldest tribe in the country are the Igbos. If you study history, but they're the most victimized. I'm not a pro-Biafra man. I'm not part of that. But they have a right to say what they are saying. And it's very easy for one president to come into power and put an end to that nonsense. There's issues he can address, and the Igbos will feel part of the country. For example, take the German embassy, put it in Enugu. Take the Italian embassy, put it in Imo. Let the Southeast feel federal presence. Take one or two of them, maybe NDA. Put an extension of the branch, put it somewhere in Ebonyi. Not just domicile in Kaduna or whatever. Take it from here. Let them feel federal presence. I'm telling you the truth. If you do that, you are going to set them against themselves. Many are going to say, we are not going anywhere. Because when there's federal presence there, there will be enough security. All of the kidnaps and insurgency will reduce. When you are not through your body language promoting a certain tribe, we can see. I spoke 2017 against the killings by the headsmen, but today we see that 95% of everyone that is kidnapped comes out to tell you they were kidnapped by headsmen. And someone is not coming out to boldly, in plain language, plain language, condemn these killings and make declaration that anyone that is found should be dealt with, or will be dealt with, or proscribe the group. Biafra came up, they said a few things, they proscribed them. Shiites came up, they proscribed them. And the headsmen have been killing people. Amnesty International gave a security report about them, and none of them have been proscribed. I read somewhere one of the terrorists in Benue who was terrorizing people terribly. It was a problem to the governor of the state. He lived in the creeks, in the hinder parts of the bush in Benue State. He gave up himself. He willingly surrendered. And the local government chairman took him in his car. They were going, and military men killed him. This man gave up. So how do you expect others to surrender? Because he's from Benue, it's from an extraction that you call minority. And yet, terror terrorists, Boko Haram members that were terrorists, were caught. They were not, they didn't surrender, they were caught. They were caught. They were trained because they felt they renounced. You only talk about renunciation when somebody comes out willingly, not people you caught. You can't say people renounced when they were captured. It doesn't make sense. People were captured cannot renounce. It's fake. If they come out to say we are no more members of the terrorist group, it's because they are in fear. It's only a man who walked into the premise of a security, establishment and say, I'm handing over, that we can say as renounced. And these people were integrated into society, placed on allowance, given trainings, bankrolled with taxpayers' money. All of these will send signals into the other parts of the country that they are not part of what is going on. They are not part of the scheme of things. And when that happens, you see ideas coming up. People want to take laws into their hand. People want to make the government, go through a lot of problems. They want to make the nation very ungovernable for those who feel they are in power. You see, even in the house where you are a father or a mother and you love one child or you love a second child, and it becomes so obvious that this child is loved beyond that, you are going to create sibling rivalry. That child is going to feel rejected because every other child will be against the child. In a country where the appointments do not reflect federal character, when somebody dies, we know the extraction that's coming on. We lost, I think, the chief of staff. Everybody said it. Oh, a northern man is going to replace him. It was so. Why? Dynamic leadership is not predictable. You can't predict a dynamic leadership. When leadership becomes predictable, it's no more dynamic. We need unity. As this administration done well, now you cannot judge the present state of Nigeria at 60 without talking about this administration. The Lord said, the blood of the believers who have been killed, especially in the northeast, their blood cries to him daily, and he will avenge them. He said their blood cries to him daily, and he will avenge them. He will avenge them. The Lord says he's going to expose the sponsors of terrorists in our country. You're going to see that happen between now and December. Note it. Between now and December, God will expose, not all of them, the major key leaders sponsoring terrorism. And it's going to shock everybody. Terrorism. And it's going to shock